बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सब लोगों का ये वाला इवेंट अटेंड करने के लिए। तो जैसे कि हम हर महीने करते हैं, एको डेवलपर्स जो बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, जो एको एपीआई को यूज़ करके कुछ यूज़फुल फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स बना रहे हैं अपनी ऑडियंस के लिए, उन लोगों के लिए हम लोग ये इवेंट हर महीने तीसरे मंगलवार को, थर्ड ट्यूसडे, हम लोग रखते हैं सेम टाइम 5 PM। एंड हमारा एक डिस्कॉर्ड कम्युनिटी है जिसका लिंक मैं इस चैनल में मैं शेयर कर चुका हूँ। मैं एक बार वापस से शेयर करता हूँ ताकि आप देख सको। तो यहाँ पे सारे अनाउंसमेंट जो भी एको डेवलपर्स को लेके होते हैं वो यहाँ पे करते हैं। कुछ नया एपीआई आता है या फिर कुछ नया इंसेंटिव स्ट्रक्चर या कुछ भी नई चीज़ जो आपको एज ए एको डेवलपर जाननी ज़रूरी है या बेनिफिट करेगी, वो हम इस डिस्कॉर्ड चैनल पे शेयर करते हैं। और साथ में ही अगर आपको कोई भी सवाल हो कि मुझे कैसे बिल्ड करना है या कहीं पे आप स्टक हो रहे हैं, तो आप वो सवाल इस डिस्कॉर्ड कम्युनिटी में पूछ सकते हैं। तो इसको ज़रूर ज्वाइन कर लें और आप अप टू डेट रहेंगे इससे। अब आते हैं कि ये वाला इवेंट हम लोग क्यों कर रहे हैं। तो पहले तो कितने लोग नए हैं जिनको एको के बारे में बिल्कुल ही नहीं पता है? क्या कोई ऐसा है यहाँ पे गेस्ट जिनको अभी कुछ भी नहीं पता है एको के बारे में? नहीं, ओके, ठीक है। तो दैट्स ग्रेट। तो हम सीधा पॉइंट पे ही आते हैं। सो आज का जो टॉपिक है इस इवेंट का वो है बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बनाना एको एपीआई यूज़ करके। और साथ में कुछ उससे रिलेटेड बिजनेस रिलेटेड चीज़ों के बारे में भी बात करेंगे कि अर्निंग के बारे में। और साथ में एक नया इंसेंटिव स्ट्रक्चर, एक रेफरल स्कीम जो इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है, उसके बारे में भी हम एक अनाउंसमेंट होगा इस इवेंट के बीच में। सो हाउ कैन यू अर्न बाय बिल्डिंग विद एको, ये एक ओवरऑल समरी है आज के इवेंट का। अब बिल पेमेंट की जहाँ तक बात आती है और एको की बात आती है, तो मैं थोड़ा सा जो मेरी रिसर्च है वो मैं शेयर करना चाहूँगा आप लोगों के साथ में। तो इंडिया के अंदर लगभग 19 करोड़ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनके पास में कोई बैंकिंग सर्विसेज नहीं है। उनके पास में कोई फॉर्मल बैंक अकाउंट नहीं है, वो ऐसे बैंक में जाके ट्रांजैक्शंस वगैरह नहीं कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा लगभग 55 करोड़ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनके पास में इंटरनेट नहीं है। और तो ये दूसरा एक डेटा पॉइंट। और तीसरा जो चीज़ है वो है कि 23%, 23% लोग जो इंडिया के हैं, उन लोगों के पास में बेसिक लिटरेसी नहीं है। उनको बेसिक लिखना पढ़ना वो चीज़ें नहीं आती हैं। तो ये एक जो ऑडियंस है, एक बहुत बड़ी ऑडियंस, इनके पास में कोई तरीका ही नहीं है कि ये कैश के अलावा किसी और तरीके से ट्रांजैक्शंस कर पाएं। इसके अलावा और भी जो ऑडियंस जो पढ़ी लिखी भी है, शायद इंटरनेट भी है उनके पास में, स्मार्टफोन्स भी हैं और वो बैंकिंग सर्विसेज भी यूज़ करते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी वो शायद कैश में ट्रांजैक्शन करना चाहते हैं काफ़ी अलग अलग रीजंस की वजह से। जैसे कि कुछ लोग बोलेंगे कि कन्वीनियंट है कैश से पे करना। कुछ लोग बोलेंगे कि हमारी प्राइवेसी को लेके, प्राइवेसी के लिए हम लोग कैश से ट्रांजैक्शन करना चाहेंगे कुछ ट्रांजैक्शंस। तो ऐसे करके कई सारे रीजंस हो सकते हैं जिनकी वजह से आपको कैश में ट्रांजैक्शन करना होता है। और बिल पेमेंट एक बहुत बड़ा सेगमेंट है जहाँ पे कि आपको हर महीने कुछ ना कुछ पेमेंट किसी ना किसी बिल और किसी एंटिटी को करना होता है। जैसे कि आप फ़ोन यूज़ करते हो, फ़ोन के लिए आपको पे करना होता है। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सब लोग यूज़ करते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए आपको पे करना होता है। पानी आप यूज़ करते हो, वाटर बिल आपको भरना होता है। तो या तो आप बहुत लंबी लाइन में जाके लगो वहाँ पे कैश पे करने के लिए, जो भी काउंटर होते हैं इनके, या फिर आपके अपने पास के जो भी रिटेलर्स हैं उनके पास में चले जाओ, या फिर अभी जो आप लोग बनाना चाहोगे एको एपीआई यूज़ करके, वो उस तरीके से लोग बिल पेमेंट कर पाएंगे। तो एज ए डेवलपर, एज ए पार्टनर, आप कैसे अपना खुद का बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बना सकते हो इन लोगों के लिए जो कैश में पे करना चाहते हैं और अपने सारे बिल्स पे करना चाहते हैं। तो इट्स अप टू यू कि अब आप कैसे उस सोल्यूशन को बनाना चाहते हो, किस तरीके से आप अपना नेटवर्क बनाना चाहते हो, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली आपका आप इससे अर्न भी कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटीज है जहाँ पे कि बहुत सारी ट्रांजेक्शन्स होती हैं। अब क्या नंबर्स है, फिगर्स हैं, वो शायद हमारी टीम मेंबर्स, अभी जो स्पीकर्स हैं, वो हमें बताएंगे कि कितना बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी है ये। और दूसरा पॉइंट भी कि कैसे बनाएं कैसे हम इंटीग्रेट करें, कैसे हम एको एपीआई को यूज़ करके किस तरीके से आप अपना एक सिस्टम बना सकते हो जिसके थ्रू लोग आपको कैश देंगे, पेमेंट करेंगे, और फिर आप उनको बिल पेमेंट में हेल्प करोगे। और ये बहुत ही सीमलेस, बहुत ही आसान तरीका होगा और सेफ तरीका होगा। तो अब मैं ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा, और तो हमारे पास में मैं जस्ट ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ इवेंट का स्ट्रक्चर। हमारे पास में दो स्पीकर हैं, अजय जी हैं एको टीम से हमारे साथ में, और विक्रांत जी हैं एको टीम से, एको इंजीनियरिंग टीम से। अजय हमें बताएंगे कि क्या बिजनेस केस है, क्यों आपको ये बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बनाना चाहिए, और एको एपीआई को यूज़ करने पे आप किस तरीके से आप अर्न कर सकते हो, उस चीज़ के बारे में हमें ब्रीफ करेंगे शॉर्टली। और विक्रांत जी हमें बताएंगे कि कैसे इंटीग्रेट करनी है एको की एपीआईज को। तो मैं माइक अभी देता हूँ अजय को। हाय अजय, आप अभी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, और ब्रीफ, हाँ जी, इंट्रोड्यूस कर दीजिए, बता दीजिए ब्रीफ में, और फिर उसके बाद में यू कैन स्टार्ट शेयरिंग योर स्क्रीन आफ्टर दैट।
ओके, सो मेरा नाम अजय कुमार है। मैं एको में एज एसोसिएट प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर काम कर रहा हूँ। एंड हम आज बीबीपीएस हमारा एक प्रोडक्ट है जिसके बारे में आपको गो थ्रू करवाएंगे। इसके हाउ दिस वर्क्स, व्हाट आर द यूज केसेस, एज वेल एज इसके कमर्शियल्स क्या होंगे, आप कितना अर्न करेंगे इससे। और इसके बाद हमारी टेक टीम भी आपको थोड़ा गो थ्रू करवाएंगे व्हाट विल बी द प्रोसेस आफ्टर दैट। सो शैलेश, शेयर माय स्क्रीन, shall go ahead.
यस श्योर।
Okay. So is my screen visible?
यस।
Yes. So पहले बात करते हैं कि बीपीएस है क्या। So भारत बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम इज बेसिकली एक प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसमें आप हर तरीके के बिल पे कर सकते हैं, मल्टीपल बिल पे कर सकते हैं। आपको किसी इंडिविजुअल प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे नहीं जाना पड़ेगा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल पेमेंट करने के लिए, प्रीपेड मोबाइल रिचार्ज पे करने के लिए। तो ये सारा जो चीजें आपको एक ही एप्लीकेशन में मिल जाएंगी। तो this is for all the customers who want to make several payments, multiple payments from single platform. So ये हम provide करते हैं हमारे partners को। So if I go to next screen, so हम इसको दो वे से प्रोवाइड करते हैं, ऑनलाइन बीबीपीएस एंड ऑफलाइन बीबीपीएस। इसमें डिफरेंस ये है कि आप कितना अर्न करेंगे, एंड इसकी प्रोसेस दोनों की डिफरेंट होगी। अगर हम ऑनलाइन बीपीएस की बात करते हैं तो फिर पेमेंट उसी टाइम रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाती है, इन द सेंस कि अगर आपका एंड कस्टमर मोबाइल रिचार्ज करता है और वो उसी टाइम उसको रियल टाइम उसको नोटिफिकेशन आ जाएगी कि मोबाइल रिचार्ज कंप्लीट हो चुका है। सो अगर आपका हाँ, तो ये उसी टाइम रियल टाइम आपको एक सक्सेस या फेलियर का रिस्पॉन्स आ जाता है, और इसमें आप अर्न थोड़ा लेस करते हो ऑफलाइन से। अगर ऑफलाइन की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पे जब पेमेंट होती है हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे, तो यहाँ पे 6 to 24 आवर्स लग जाते हैं पेमेंट रिफ्लेक्ट होने में, आपको पता लगने में कि सक्सेस होता है या फेलियर होता है। सो इसमें अगर आप कोई पेमेंट करते हैं तो आपको टाइम ज्यादा लगता है ये पता करने में, पेमेंट कंप्लीट होने में, बट आपको फिर कमीशन ज्यादा मिलती है। तो ये आप इन दोनों में से चूज कर सकते हो कि अगर पेमेंट क्विकली नहीं चाहिए तो प्रोबेबली यू वांना अर्न मोर, आप ज्यादा अर्न करना चाहोगे। सो ये एक बेसिक डिफरेंस है ऑनलाइन बीबीपीएस में और ऑफलाइन बीबीपीएस में। हमारे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है लेविन जो हमें ये प्रोवाइड करते हैं। तो मैं अब आपको यूज केसेस बताऊंगा कि किन यूज केसेस के लिए आप ये लाइक प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर सकते हैं। So what all there is in BBPS? So we can see कि LIC का बिल पेमेंट, ठीक है, गैस की पेमेंट, मोबाइल प्रीपेड, मोबाइल पोस्ट पेड, डीटीएच, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, एजुकेशन,
तो
ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म।
बेसिकली आफ्टर वो ज्वाइन करने के बाद ना वो फैल जाना चाहिए।
सॉरी, कैन यू म्यूट योरसेल्फ? ओके, ठीक है। तो हाँ, मैं जैसे बोल रहा था कि ये सारे यूज केसेस हैं जिसके लिए आप हमारा ये प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर सकते हैं। आप जो एंड कस्टमर हमारा ये प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर सकता है। तो जैसे फास्टैग का भी रिचार्ज हो गया, एलपीजी हो गया, एंड ऑल दीज आर देयर, यू कैन हैव अ लुक फॉर फ्यू सेकंड्स, देन आई विल मूव ऑन। Cool. Okay. So अभी आपका इसके related कोई questions है? If anyone has any questions regarding this.
यस, जैसे अभी आपने बताया, जैसे ऑफलाइन मोड हो गया, ऑनलाइन मोड हो गया, तो जैसे हम इंटीग्रेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे तो हमें पहले मतलब सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा कि हमें ऑफलाइन में जाना है या ऑनलाइन में जाना है, या हम इन बिटवीन चेंज कर सकते हैं?
ठीक है, वैसे तो आपको दोनों प्रोवाइडेड होंगे, आपके पास ऑप्शन होगा, आपके एंड जो आपके एजेंट होंगे उसके पास ऑप्शन होगा कि उसने ऑनलाइन से पेमेंट करना है या ऑफलाइन से पेमेंट करना है। आप समझ गए?
यस।
पेमेंट करते टाइम उसे दो ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे। अगर उसने हाई कमीशन के लिए जाना है, ऑफलाइन के लिए जाना है, तो वो उस पे क्लिक करेगा। और उनको ऑनलाइन के लिए जाना
Yes,
है,
camera is
वो
working.
So just to answer this question, it is one integration and we'll provide both the services, whether it is offline and online, in one integration itself. No
ओके।
separate integrations are required.
ठीक।
थैंक्स जितिन। ठीक है।
एक कॉमन जो मेरे दिमाग में डाउट आता है कि ऑफलाइन जब बोल रहे हैं तो क्या ये ट्रांजैक्शन बिना इंटरनेट के होता है?
नहीं, एक्चुअली ये ट्रांजैक्शन ऑनलाइन ही होगी। ऑफलाइन जब हम कहते हैं जो बिल पेमेंट एक्चुअल बिल, अगर हम एयरटेल का लाइक हम LIC की पेमेंट कर रहे हैं, इंश्योरेंस पेमेंट कर रहे हैं, सो वो जो एक्चुअल पेमेंट हो रही है हमारे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के थ्रू, वो एक्चुअली ऑफलाइन हो रही है। वो वहां पे मतलब वो फिजिकली वो मनी ट्रांसफर करते हैं। दो यहाँ पे आप इंटरनेट के थ्रू पेमेंट कर रहे हैं, बट जो हम सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के थ्रू पेमेंट
Ajay, let me answer this question. So, Pradeep, to give you the answer for this particular question, offline bill payment is nothing else. So there are providers, those who are offering us services wherein we are getting better commission on the bill payment. So what they do, they generally take the order from us. So when somebody is using Connect or any platform that they'll build, and they'll place an order, it would be more of a punching an order. Once the order would be punched, that particular order for that particular bill payment would go to our service provider. They have various websites on which they pay the bill on, and they get commission from there, and that's how they share that commission, some portion of that commission with us, which is as comparatively higher than what BBPS offers us directly.
Got
Yep.
it.
Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Shall I move ahead?
Yes.
Okay. So इसमें जितिन, इसमें आप मेरी हेल्प कीजिए. These are the commissions which developer will be getting. So if you can help me with this.
On online, there is a flat commission, which is online is again, it's an instant bill payment. Any bill payment which somebody would trigger, it would automatically then and there would get paid to the biller. So there is no lag of 6 to 24 hours. So for example, electricity, what we pay to our customer is 1 rupee 25 paisa on any transaction amount that they choose as a bill payment. For FASTag, 1 rupee 19 paisa as flat. For any insurance bill payment, it is under 5,000 rupees of a premium payment, it is 1 rupee 85 paisa. Above 5,000, it is 4 rupees of commission that you will be getting. Similarly, these are the commission structure that we have for each product. Probably we'll share the details post this call. We'll share all commission structure and the incentive structure on an email after this particular call.
Good. Shall I move ahead to offline? Yes, Jitin.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yes, Jitin. Here you can also explain them what is the commissions for offline.
Your screen is still stuck on online. I can't see your screen.
Okay, I moved ahead. Let me check.
So in the offline world, the commission is paid in percentage on the bill payment or insurance premium or on the postpaid recharge kind of bill payments, we pay the commission in percentage. For example, there is a bill of 1,000 rupees which get paid, we will give 0.21% of the total bill amount paid. Any payment of 1,001 to 10,000 rupees, we will pay 0.42% of the total bill amount paid, and till 1 lakh rupee we pay around 0.51%. For LIC we pay 0.53% of any bill amount that you pay for. Similarly, on postpaid recharge, it is again 5.3% of any bill amount paid. On the recharges, if you look at, we had seen similar recharges on online, but the commission structure would be lesser than what we offer in the offline world. So for Airtel DTH prepaid, there is a commission of 3 rupees 6 paisa. So for every provider, there is a different commission that we offer, and this can be configured at the time of integration.
Cool. We can move ahead to operator wise. What is the commission they are earning?
Ajay, I've covered it. Please move on.
Okay. So this screen also, Jitin, it's your screen.
So I think incentive is something that we'll cover at the last, once the tech side of it is covered. So we'll cover this post that.
Okay, Pradeep, you can move ahead with the conversation. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Ajay, for sharing this. So एक रेफरल इंसेंटिव वाला आप शेयर करना चाहोगे जितिन?
I think let's cover the technical aspect of it, Pradeep, and then we can,
अच्छा,
at the
okay.
call, we can cover the incentive structure.
ओके, ठीक है, सही है. सो ये तो था कि क्यों आपको अपना बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बनाना चाहिए यूजिंग एको एपीआईज, क्या बेनिफिट आपको हो सकते हैं. और अभी हम दूसरी सेगमेंट में मूव कर रहे हैं कि कैसे बनाना है, वो काम करना कैसे है हमें. तो हमारे साथ में विक्रांत हैं फ्रॉम एको इंजीनियरिंग टीम. ही विल बी शोइंग अस अ डेमो कि कैसे ये काम करता है और कैसे इंटीग्रेट करना है.
Hey Pradeep, sure. Hey everybody, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope it is visible. Let me just know.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just show you the flow diagram. अभी हम लोग पहले flow diagram से overall जो flow of the transactions है वो देख लेते हैं. I will give a little bit insight कि हम लोग internally कैसे handle करते हैं transaction को, and how you have to implement these APIs. And namely, we have 5 or 6 APIs, and that I'll show in the developer portal and the Python implementation for the triggering those APIs as well. So typically, a walk-in customer will walk into the merchant, and he will tell all the details related to that particular bill. Let's say your bill account number for electricity, or your mobile number for your mobile prepaid or postpaid, whatever. He will enter all the details. The merchant will enter all the details from the walk-in customer to the Connect app or your website, which you have developed. And let's say once you have all the details that is being entered by a merchant or maybe your other website user. This is your website, by the way. And once you have all the details entered in your website, you can just trigger one of these APIs. Green ones are like get APIs, which will which will help you to navigate the transaction, and which will get you all the details that is concerning for that particular biller. So let's say कि हम लोग अगर electricity biller की बात कर रहे हैं, so how would you come to know कि electricity biller में ये particular bill number चाहिए होता है, या फिर let's say कुछ electricity biller होते हैं जिनमें आपको date of birth भी enter करनी होती है. So how would you know that? और इवन सिंस देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बिलर्स की लिस्ट काफ़ी लंबी है, उसको आप कैटेगराइज कैसे करोगे, वो काम भी हम लोग आपके लिए इजी करने के लिए हम लोगों ने मल्टीपल लेवल ऑफ एपीआई बना रखी है दैट विल हेल्प यू टू डिसाइड कि कौन सी कैटेगरी में कौन से बिलर को रखना है, सो दैट इवन योर कस्टमर और इवन योर यूआई यूजर इज एबल टू सर्च बेटर, राइट? So these are the like four get APIs that you will be calling. I'll be talking about them like one by one. Let's just go over the flow once. And once you have all the details, once you are able to show it in the data your UI, and you can call this two important fetch bill and pay bill. Fetch bill is obviously you're fetching the bill details basis on the details entered by walking customer. This will hit our platform, and we will validate all the credential that you have passed on, and we will check if that transaction is valid or not, if you have enough wallet account or e-value in your account or not. And if everything passes, we will send this transaction to our Simply Bank, and then we will decide basically based on that particular biller what is the best commission or what is the best way of doing the transaction internally. This is the part where we control it, and for you, you don't have to worry about how that particular transaction will be processed. You just have to enter all the details of the bill and ultimately what type of billers you want to transact with. Let's say if you want to do a prepaid transaction for a Airtel prepaid, you don't need to worry about what underlying your provider you are using. You will get the best commission, you will get the best availability, and we will ensure it via this mechanism, right? So we will talk to the actual service provider for making sure that transaction goes through. Once that is done, we will update you from the same curl request or HTTP request this is the status of your transaction. If it is success, if it is fail, if it is initiated pending in case of 11 offline or general offline. Oftentimes it does take, as we have talked to, it does take some 6 hours oftentimes to update. And in that case, we will be providing a initiated transaction status to you guys. And then once service provider updates us, we will update you on as soon as possible, right? So this is like all over flow that goes through from the technical perspective. Talking about these APIs, let me take you to our developer portal. Okay, so I hope you're able to reach here. And once you are here, BBPS API, this is a section where you will find all the APIs related to the BBPS. Let me talk about them one by one. The first one is get operator category list, which basically it will fetch you all the list, all the category list that we have for all the pillars. So if you check out even the successful response, uh, you'll see two important details here that you will be using in your next screens or next call, your API calls. First one is obviously category name, what type of category it is, and what is the category ID for that. So we will be using this category ID for subsequent API calls, and this is the probably thing that you would want to show to your users. Okay, this is where let's say if there's a biller, let's say a DTH biller, if your user want to do a DTH recharge, what he can do, he can click on this DTH card or UI element, and in that by that we will come to know the user is interested in doing a recharge with DTH. And once I have this category ID 4, and you'll be calling us with the next API, which is get operator list. I'm going to skip the second one for now. I'll come back to that later on. So once you have entered the details of what category you are interested in, you have to call this API. You'll be calling this API, and you are passing this category to here, and other details, your credential and other stuff. But as this is a get call, we are just taking only one input here, category ID 2. Once I have this category ID equal to 2, which I am able to interpret, this is an electricity biller, I will be able to serve you with all the electricity billers that we have. So with all the billers that we have again assigned another ID for this operator ID. which is biller ID or operator ID. I might speak about them like interchangeably. So just get to understand that biller and operator is same. And now once you have this operator ID and operator name, user can you might be able to a user might be able to choose one of the operator what he want to recharge with. Let's say I'm choosing Adani gas. So this is gas category equal to 2, not the electricity. Okay, in this JSON you will be getting a lot more information. One of the critical one is this one, a high commission channel, which I think somebody also asked. So you don't need to integrate separately for a high commission channel. You'll be getting a flag here. So if that biller is available in high commission channel, so not all billers are available in high commission channel. There are only certain special, uh, popular, I would say, billers that are available in high channel. So by this flag, by using this flag, you'll be able to figure out if that biller is available in high channel or not. Typically, people prefers going to that channel, using that channel for transaction, and this is how you can identify. This is how you can probably tell your ultimately UI user as well. This is one there. This is the one user. This is one biller that you will be getting a high commission. Otherwise, if it is zero, then or if it is zero, or you can always choose zero as well. If it is, even if it is, let's say Gujarat Gas is a high commission channel biller, but you can always choose to do a transaction online so that your transaction goes through instantly. Obviously, a high commission comes with string attached, that your transaction will be going might take some time. Again, it's a might. Typically, it does happen in real time, but and yeah. So this is the these are all the biller details that you will be requiring to show it on your UI, and more details will be here. So for that particular biller, let's say there was a particular biller which ID was 51. For that particular biller, you can just hit this API to get the more details on that particular biller. So let's say for Adani gas, I have chosen Adani gas for somehow. For let's say 51 was passed. If you check here, okay. So yeah, Adani gas is a biller which have operator ID equal to 51. The same 51 code you are using in the next API, and you are implementing this here. And once you are hitting this API, again a call request, get request, you will be getting more details on it, and the details that you will be getting will be of your parameter that you have to pass. So in this particular Adani gas, you have to pass a customer ID, and what type of input field that you may want to show it to your users, that will be here. And a parameter name, that is something that we guys are using, and that you have to use in your while sending the transaction. So this is a label that you might want to show it to your user. This is the parameter name that you will be using for sending this details to us in the next APIs. So you will see utility account number in a lot of fetch bill and pay bill APIs. So this is the parameter that we will be requiring to transact with Adani Gas. And other details, of course, key what type of number that we are expecting. If it is a number, if it is a name, if it is a date of birth, all of that we will be telling you here. Right. Also, one more important flag is fetch bill. So if it is a fetch bill, if it is typically all the electricity will be a fetch bill operators. So what does that mean is key. Let's say there are typically two type of billers. One is your prepaid type of billers, in which you don't have to fetch bill. You just have to put up your number. Let's say some 100 rupees or some 700 rupee recharge that you do a monthly basis or tri-monthly basis, right? So you don't have to fetch the bill for those cases, right? But for electricity and gas or other kind of where the bill comes monthly, for that you have to know the bill from the operator itself. Key, what is the my bill? Let's say if some months it can be 3,000, it can be 1,000, whatever. You have to know beforehand before submitting the pay bill. For those kind of billers where fetch bill is applicable, it is the flag will be 1. So if fetch bill is 1, then you have to again call fetch bill APIs first for that particular biller, and then call pay bill accordingly, right? And for, let's say, for the recharge type, for the fetch bill, the flag will be 0. In those cases, you don't have to call fetch bill. You can directly call pay bill with the amount, obviously. Okay, so these are all the get APIs that I was discussing. So we have all this information. These are super fast, and these API will give you all the response that you need instantly, because we do have all the details in our system itself. But below two APIs, we basically take it all the details to our operators, our service providers, right? And okay, so there's a lot of description as well that we have put. You can always come and read it. Okay, so this is our typical fetch bill. So here, if you see, this is a post API in which I'm passing on the fetch bill path and who's is initiating. This is a typical Eko's way of telling you who's doing the transition. So this is where your mobile number will go. This is how we will identify that you are the one who's doing the transaction, right?
Just to pause for a moment. Vikrant, can you share what do you mean by you? Are you talking about the partner who is setting up this API, or the merchant, or the person who is doing this transaction?
Okay, so initiator ID is the one who is the partner number from mobile number from partner from
Okay.
which the integration has been done, and the merchant will share his user code. So every merchant has to onboard on our platform first beforehand, and while onboarding, we will hand out this user code to each and every merchant of that particular partner. So let's say if you are the one who is integrating with me, you will be, let's say you have used this phone number with for while onboarding, right? So this is the number that you will be passing in your, this is, you will be integrating even in your let's say UI or whatever development that you're doing. This part you will probably keep it dynamic, so that every time a different user logs into your website, and you will be passing this user code differently.
Got it.
Okay, that's why the reason is we are passing this user code here in the body, because body will keep on changing, and there are a lot more details that will be changing, like utility account number, and then what type of operator you're recharging it with, those details. And this URL will keep on will be static basically, right?
Understood.
Okay, so right now what I'm showing here is example for a bill fetch. Yeah, bill fetch from this partner, and if you check out the body of this particular API call, what are the details that we are passing is, of course, user code, who's the merchant that is transacting, and what is the utility account number. Before that, I think I should mention operator ID. So this is the same operator ID that we picked up from our previous APIs, from, let's say, from our list, what you got, better category list. In for each and every category, you have a lot of billers inside it, and for that billers, you'll be getting this operator ID, right? So the same operator ID is being used everywhere, even to get parameters, even to fetch bill, and further for pay bill. So this is the same operator ID that we'll be using everywhere, that you have to pass. And along with this operator ID, this will basically tell us ki this is the recharge for, let's say, Airtel prepaid, or I don't know, Tata Sky P2H. But this is the identifier for that, and for that even the bill details, like utility account number, you'll be taking it here. Since that operator ID must be having a utility account number in this operator parameter API, you have to pass a utility account number. This is the way of telling key this is the mobile number that we have to recharge it. This is the bill number that has to be recharged, right? This is the details taken from end user by merchant, and triggered by merchant with all the details, right? There's a lot other details as well, like confirmation mobile number, that probably as a phone number that we will be using to send out a message key this transaction has been done, something like that. who's a walk-in customer, details of walk-in customer basically, right? And let long of the device that you're doing the transaction with. And yeah, of course, this one, HC channel. So if you don't pass this parameter, we will assume that you are referring it to the classical way of doing transaction, which is online transaction, and which will go in the instant one. But if that particular biller is in high commission channel, given that key that biller is available in if that particular operator is in high channel operator list, you can figure that out from this API, right? High commission channel. If that particular biller has high commission channel equal to 1, in that case, what you can do, you can always pass in this particular flag where HC channel is equal to 1, and we will be transacting all your transaction fetch bill or pay bill via those channels, high commission channels, right? So this is how you differentiate between high commission online or offline via in the API. Just one parameter that you have to mention. Again, for that, probably what you can do is on the UI side, and not just a suggestion, you can just put a toggle button where you can, one side is that is high commission and one side it is instant. And once that high commission toggle is selected, you can pass in this particular key, right? Otherwise, you can pass high commission channel equal to 0. In that case, we will, or you might altogether skip this parameter. In that case, we will be transacting via online channel, the instant one, right? Okay, so similar structure for paybill as well. Acha, let's talk about a response as well. So once you hit out this API, this is a typical response that you will be receiving. Again, everything will be in data, and all your status, and if that API works properly or not will be kind of signified here. But all the details that you are getting for that particular will be here. So what I did just did is I tried a bill fetch, and for that bill fetch I got an amount of 673. So for that particular bill, the 673 amount is pending that our user has to pay, right? And other details like utility account number, customer name, and what is the postal code and other things. Mainly, what you are interested in is the amount here. This is the amount that that has to be paid by the user, and probably you will use this particular field for your next API, for your next tree, which is payable. And if I go to the even bill date and customer ID and everything will be there. And if I go to payable API, you'll see key body is exactly same as the previous one. All the parameters, all the naming convention remains same. Just one field will be added, that is amount equal to 50 or whatever that you want to choose, or what user might have chosen, or bill fetch API has provided you, right? You'll fill this detail amount equal to 50, additional to all the parameters that we discussed in fetch bill. Again, like operator ID, telling me what type of biller that you want to recharge with, or what is a bill number for that particular thing, utility account number, and amount and other details as well, right? Once you do that, again calling pay bill here, not fetch bill, and passing in the initiator ID, telling me who is the person who's transacting, from which wallet money will be deducted. Once you hit this, you'll get typical success response like this, where you will get transaction status, if it is success or not, in the integer format. All the status you can probably get it here, and all the reference number as well, obviously. So what type of operator was it? What was the total amount paid? Just to create a kind of receipt. I don't see a reference number here. Kind of TID, transaction ID. So this is the TID this is the transaction ID that you can refer to us, like while marking a refund or tracking status. This is the one of the important field that you will be using for future use case. And there are other reference number as well, which is not here because it is a mock response, but you'll be getting it here in these one of these fields. Right? Yeah, reference TID. Right. So let me show you how to do that into all of this in Python as well. So I have written scripts in Python. So this is where I kind of test. This is how I actually test if my API is working fine or not. So right now I'm hitting a staging echo. This is our staging environment where you can test. And again, I'm using a base URL from staging environment. I'm doing bill payment for my base path and everything. And for different API, I'll be changing this end path of this URL. So first of all, what I'm doing here is I'm calling operator category. For all the operator category, I'll be calling a request. I'll be sending a get HTTP request, and upon using the response from this particular response, I'll be getting all the categories, by the way, in this, and I'll be looping through all the categories ID. If you can check here, I'm getting all the categories here, right? And using all the IDs here, all the categories here. Now calling the next operator list kind of API. By using that, I'll be getting all the billers available in that particular list. So this is our second API that we discussed in the previous part, right? And once I get all the billers, I can iterate through all the billers, operate all the operator ID that I got it from that particular category, and I can hit another API for getting more details of that operator. So this is a very easy way of doing that. And I have called 3 GET requests here, implemented 3 APIs here only in this compact code. Let me run it and show you what I was talking about. Okay, there was some other testing that I was doing. This is the one. So this will blur out a lot of details that you might probably not understand, but let me explain a little. Let me cut this short. So again, I called on first API to get all the details of the categories. All the categories I'll be getting from this API. And if you check out, all the categories have two things. One category ID, another is what is the category name. Once I have this category ID, I'm using this category ID below. I'm using this category ID below, and then again I'm calling another API for getting all the the fields, all the billers inside that particular category. And once I have those categories, once I have all the biller list, I'm calling one by one all the billers where I'm getting details for that particular biller. So all the get APIs are structured in very sequential way. So once you hit the first one, you'll get the details for second one, and if you are getting the details from second one, you can choose the one that you are getting that you want to transact with. Then you will use that details for the third one, like that. And let me show you the okay. Let me show you the fetch and pay bill as well. So this is the fetch bill API. The fetch bill API where I am passing all the data, all the body like this. And one thing I just wanted to show you guys, this is integration. Majority of the challenge goes in this particular part, in the encrypting your secret key timestamp. So this is how I'm handling it in the Python in just 4 lines of code. All you have to do is create a timestamp, and probably that in your whatever the language that you're using, there'll be a program written on the internet itself. You can find it there. It should be easy enough. Once you do that, you will use this key timestamp for encrypting this particular the key that you have provided to you guys while integrating and to encrypt. HMAC, SHA 256 encryption. This is, and once you encrypt this, you'll get a secret key, and you can use the secret key in the headers, secret key here, and timestamp here. Once you have all those headers, you can successfully send the request. So again, very easy code for just 4 lines
Just
of
to,
code.
sorry to interrupt. So this is to add more context. This is about authenticating your request. So Eko knows that you are the API partner who was given access. So this is a simple code that you need to send with that you need to identify yourself for every request, and this secret key you will get when you are onboarded. And once you get that, you can modify this in this way that Vikrant is showing.
Right.
Right, Vikrant?
Right. So I have what I have done is implemented everything in Python. So is that if you want, like, if you want to read more about it, you can always go to developer portal. We have like fully described everything, how it has to be done, how that encryption will be working. Even for staging, we have hand out the the secret key there, and how you will be encoding and everything. We have mentioned everything there, so you can always refer this. Uh,
One question, Vikrant, here. So for the authentication, is there any difference from other transactions, like for DMT transaction? Is it different or the same?
No, no, it's same.
Okay.
It's same for every Eko integration. Eko, all the APIs that are in Eko platform, we are using same integration. If you go and like hit another API, uh, secret key and timestamp. So this is the common part. Even we have a dedicated section authentication our portal, just to explain all this thing. We have some snippet of code as well. Even I have used this particular snippet to encrypt, right? So this is a common part. Once you do that, you will be able to encrypt and use our Eko API for all the, even for DMT, for even for APS, right?
Got it.
Okay, going back. So yeah, once you do the encryption, you send out all the encrypted data in the header, and you are passing the data as we talked about. Key, you are passing the operator ID, you are passing the biller ID. What are the biller ID that has to be recharged with? You'll pass this information, and we will return you with a response. Key, this much bill is pending for that particular biller, and once that is done, you can call our payable API. Again, similar thing, same authentication mechanism, same everything, even similar response, similar data body field for this as well. Just one extra amount, just extra field, and once you pass this field, we will transact with it. And let me show you the running these two as well. So if I click to this, this is the production. Okay, I have changed the keys for this. Let me hit the other one. Yeah, this is the one. So I just triggered it, this one with Python. I'm getting this response, or I'm getting the amount, biller ID that I triggered with, and other details. Right. So once I get this detail, I'll probably call this, again, Paybill API. Again, I'm using Python script for that. Once you trigger that, you'll be getting a response for Paybill, this which will be like this: how much amount you paid, how much balance is there, or how much rate was there, some other details, reference number that from the operator itself. Sometimes it is different for different biller as well. All the details that it will be passed to you. You can show it to your customer, and yeah, this is how we do it. Any questions? Any wonderings? Okay, then I'll start sharing my screen.
Okay, so is that all, or do you have anything else to share?
I think I'm done from my side.
Okay, awesome. So anyone in the audience, if you have any questions, you can ask. आप अपना माइक ऑन करके क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, या फिर चैट में आप अपना सवाल डाल दीजिए. Okay, so my question, I have lots of questions. One question is about, there was this field let long in multiple APIs. So what's the role of this let long?
This is more of a precautionary thing, and a lot of our transactions do require lat long field like APS and DMT, because this kind of basically prevents all the fraud in the transaction. So if let's say there's a man in the middle attack, and there's a person who with your credential, who has your credential, and he's trying to mock the request sent by you, and he's trying to transact via that, and we will be kind of figuring out all the details via your initiator ID and the secret key timestamp. But just in case he has all those things, if he is basically trying to transact with different IP, we are kind of enforcing him to share his IP or that long. That way, we will be able to figure out if it is fraud transaction or not. So, kind of precautionary measure there.
Okay, so should that be of the merchant that is making the transaction, or uh, something
Typic-
else?
Typically, it is the one from where the transaction is being happening, like the merchant one. The merchant will be using, let's say, some another merchant is there in Delhi or something. So
Mhm.
if he's using the app in Delhi, and Delhi's location, Delhi's IP should be shared.
Okay, so if a partner has, let's say, merchants in multiple cities, let's say this partner from Delhi has a merchant in Jaipur. So what will happen to that transaction?
So in that case, I think we are already differentiating with the user code, right? The user code is different for every API call in that case from different cities. So we are correlating user code with the IP with net long, right?
Okay, got it. So all in all, what I understand is कि इतना ज़्यादा precision का ज़रूरत नहीं है, बट थोड़ा सा अगर सेम सिटी की अगर हम बात करें तो देन इट वर्क्स.
Right, and it's more of a compliance thing
आई सी.
and more of like a security measure that we want to capture this information for like for the use case. Let's say if some complaints come, we are safe, and you also the developer is safe. He is able to share the data.
Got it. Understood. So basically, this is for the security of for partners' money itself. You can use that to make your system more secure, and this is the benefit that you get right out of the box. So one more thing that comes to my mind is that when you are paying for a bill, then there are multiple these billers, like you showed. There is a Gujarat gas connection, and if I'm living in any other city, probably this biller is not relevant to me, but probably something else will be relevant to me. So is there a way to, how do you figure out that this is the biller that I should present, and this is what this user is trying to pay for?
So typically, if you are, let's say, moving to another city or even to another state, your operator name will change. Let's say I was living in UP for a few times, so I was paying UPPCL bill for electricity. Then I started with other biller in while I was staying in MP, right? That was, I think, at PCCL. I don't know what was the name, but yeah, you got my point. Keep the biller name will change, and for different biller name, you have to pass in the different operator ID, and user have to kind of search through in the all that list that we have provided under that particular category. And we do have one filter with the location itself, but that only works great with education billers, because in the education billers there are close to some 1500 billers, right? So that our user is able to filter that out properly with location as well. We are doing that. Electricities, I think there are only approximately 200 to 50 billers. That too is, I think, very large number that I'm quoting. I think it should be less than that. Uh, but you can like always search through that particular list and enter enter the name of your city or probably operator name.
Got it. Understood. So probably my strategy to build with this will be that I make a call to all the list of billers and then maybe cache it in the system, and maybe provide some sort of a search a filter search, so that people can just search like electricity, or maybe if there is a biller name, something that is very unique, then that would be like in Rajasthan, it's Ajmer Vidyut or something like this. So I search for that and then I can find it. So having that search and having it cached, I can search it and then just use that. So that could be one thing. And second, you said that location filter that works only for education. Uh, this brings, so this is what I am thinking on top of my mind right now. One thing that comes to my mind is that what if I make a mistake? Instead of choosing, uh, there was a different biller with similar kind of name, and if I selected that, then what happens in that case?
In that case, like we are actually validating, and the bill fetch comes to rescue, and so bill fetch act as a validation as well. So when you do trigger a bill fetch for that particular, let's say with the wrong bill number for the with the wrong operator, in that case a bill fetch will come to you. A bill fetch response will come to you, and it will mention that bill number is wrong or something is wrong with your details that you have provided you, right? And this is also applicable in the payable scenarios, like prepaid also as well. If you try to recharge, let's say someone, I don't know, in the I think is three in the recent time, I think recharge all the amounts are acceptable. But if I go about it, key how it will happen. So if you like enter a different mobile number and different let's say key, the amount and different sorry operators type, right? In that case, probably we can validate, and we are actually validating. And then in that case, we will be responding with like your mobile number is not correct. Your This is not the Vodafone mobile number, something like that. So we do validate all the bills before paying and respond accordingly.
Understood. So I think that's very convenient, because if I can, mistakes happen, and if I can see that there is some mistake has happened and people get feedback in real time, and they can then correct whatever they have done. So on that note, do we have some sort of list of those errors, error code, so that I can, as a developer, I can plan that this is how I should deal in such cases?
Uh, so as of now, I think we don't have a consolidated list, but there's a way of doing that. So for this kind of stands for all the Eko APIs. So we do reply with the one response type ID in our responses, wherein if that particular flag is -1, you can find it in every mock response in our API portal as well. If it is a -1, then it is a success thing. If it is a 1, then something has went wrong, and the API transaction has not gone through. And if it is a 0, and if this is a kind of 0 is something that is reserved for creating and more on 201 kind of status. So for let's say if you are trying to move on to the next steps, or you have created something like that, neutral kind of status, that is 0. So typically 1 and -1. This is how you will decide key that transaction goes have gone through or not on the flag level. Otherwise, we have all the details, all the meta details, I would say, for that particular transaction in the data field as well, and short description as well, along with the response type ID, if that transaction has gone through or not. If yes, then what are the for the details for that? If not, the error code for that as well. And probably that message you can show it to your screen as well, because exactly same thing that we also use on for our connect application. okay, whatever the error that comes from our side, the UI will just show it to the user.
Got it. So that people, when they use a testing server, this is staging server, they will get to know that these kind of codes are coming in, and this is how you need to deal with that. All right. And
Yeah.
there is a basic schema that you share, that response code, if it is 1 or -1, that can show you success or failure.
Right. Right.
Okay, got it. Another question. Okay, actually, I have a lot of questions, but if anyone else has any questions, you can interrupt and then ask your questions. B- okay, so but I guess nobody has questions right now, so I'll go ahead with my question. So uh, another common thing that I say will be to check the status. Did this transaction happen or not? Is it successfully done or not? So so one is, you told us that there is a response, so that will just give us some sort of status about that transaction. And then there is fetch bill as well, which can again another thing that will give us status. Is there any other way that we can check the status?
So there's a common API across all Eko transactions. The TID that I was highlighting, that was for the same reason. So what we have is a
I can't hear you, Vikrant. Can anyone else hear Vikrant?
No, I think we lost him.
Oh, I see. Wait, does anyone else know answer to this question? How do you check status with TID? Okay, I can check
Hi,
the. Okay.
Hi, Pradeep. What was the question?
Okay, checking status of a transaction with TID.
Yeah, there is an open API at our end for the status check inquiry, where you can pass the transaction, our transaction ID, as well as the client reference ID, which are you using at the your end. So we are providing a transaction status inquiry on the two parameters. One is client reference ID, second is transaction ID.
अंडरस्टूड. तो मैं देख पा रहा हूँ डॉक्स पे एक ये है, रेफरेंस ट्रांजैक्शन डैश इंक्वायरी पेज है, और ये ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर ही है सारे AEPS के लिए या बाकी APIs के लिए भी, और इसमें क्लाइंट
Yes.
रेफ जैसा आप बोल रहे हो यही है ना?
हाँ, ये
ओके, गॉट इट. ठीक है. ओके. सो एको के एंड से अगर ट्रांजैक्शन स्टेटस चेक करना है, तो वो ये TID यूज ये वाली API यूज करके यू कैन चेक. और बाकी जो तरीके हैं वो हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिए हैं. ओके, एनीवन एल्स हु हैज अ क्वेश्चन अबाउट दिस BBPS API, या कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हैं? नो? ओके. So I guess that's all. I I feel confident now. I didn't know much about how to implement this BBPS API, but now after this call, I feel very confident that I can implement it, and it looks pretty easy. I did make a SDK for Node.js, and there I had implemented other APIs, but after this call, I can implement this. And if you are building in Node.js, then you can check this out. It's open source. I have shared it in Discord. And even if you have more questions, or if your team member is not here, you want them to ask questions related to API, then you can join this Discord channel. I have shared it in the chat here on Zoom. तो आप ये लिंक को यूज़ कीजिए और डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन करके वहाँ पे आप कोई भी टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन हो वो आप पूछ सकते हैं। कोई भी सुझाव हो आपके कि कैसे और इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं हम एको एपीआईज को, प्लीज़ शेयर करें। और बाकी इसकी जो रिकॉर्डिंग है इस सेशन की वो यूट्यूब के ऊपर हम शेयर कर देंगे। तो अगर कोई पार्ट आपने मिस किया तो यू कैन सी दैट, और तो वो आज या फिर कल तक यूट्यूब चैनल पे आ जाएगा। ओके, सो दैट इज़ ऑल। थैंक्स अ लॉट एवरीवन फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। बहुत ही अच्छा लगा मिलके आपसे फिर से इस महीने। तो
Pradeep,
अगले,
we have
हाँ
प्रदीप,
जी,
missed the incentive
हाँ जी,
announcement for developer.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल, हाँ, ये बात तो रहेगी, पैसे कैसे बनाएं। तो
Absolutely.
अगर आपको इम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं करना है अभी और फिर भी आपको पैसे बनाने हैं, यू कैन स्टिल डू दैट। इट्स क्वाइट इजी, जस्ट ब्रिंग इन योर फ्रेंड्स। अब probably पता नहीं क्या क्या शेयर करेंगे जितिन,
I'll
ही
present. I'll
हैज सम
Ajay,
सरप्राइजेस। ओके,
Ajay, can you please present the incentive structure that we have developed for our reseller partners?
yes, I'm sharing my screen.
So, we wanted to empower our developer community to ensure that while using our APIs or recommending our APIs, our developer community should also start earning with Eko. So what we have done, we have initiated a per transaction incentive kind of a model and an acquisition kind of an incentive model, which would help our API rather our developers. Whenever they give us any referral, we will have an incentive structure for them. First incentive is based out a fixed incentive, wherein a lump sum amount of a referral amount would be given to them. I think we used to do it in the past, and we have restarted this acquisition incentive for our API partners, sorry, our developers. Can you move on to the next screen? So what we have done, we have given a baseline of sourcing cost of any product. For example, DMT, the sourcing cost of DMT per transaction is 1 rupee 85 paisa. If you refer us any lead and you offer them a pricing of 2 rupees plus GST for every transaction, the margin of 15 paisa per transaction would be paid to the developer every month. So if they do 1,000 transaction, 10,000 transaction in a month, every transaction multiplied by 0.15 paisa would be given as the incentive to the developer. So you have an example, we can see it in the bottom. So for example, the sourcing cost is 1 rupee 85 plus GST. You bring us a lead wherein you offer 2 rupees to that partner, that the lead that you have brought. We will give the additional 0.15 rupees as an incentive per transaction month on month. So the reseller can raise an invoice of number of transactions happened in the month. So, and we will give that particular incentive to the resellers every month. So for every product, for example, DMT, we have a sourcing cost of 1 rupee 85 paisa. For APS, the sourcing cost for a transaction from 101 rupee to 3,000 is 0.40. You can give anything over and above to the partner that you want to, and whatever the differential between the sourcing and the actual which has been configured on the system, we will give that as an incentive. Any question?
okay, I think it is very clear.
Okay,
और
moving on to the next slide.
ओके, इससे रिलेटेड अगर इंक्वायरी करना हो जितिन, तो हाउ टू रीच आउट?
So I'll share a number. Priyanka, you can share a phone number, your number on the chat. People on, and we will also share a document on all the email IDs. People, those who had registered, we have the email IDs. We will share this with them along with the phone number wherein they can reach out to us for any inquiries.
Sure, Jatin.
Meanwhile, you can put your number in the chat so that if somebody has any question, they can reach out directly to you. or you can also, I'll also put my phone number. I've shared my phone number, Pradeep, wherein people can reach me out.
Awesome, thank you.
So what we have done, we have made what is the referral incentive, wherein we are giving a lump sum amount in terms of every lead which gets successfully onboarded and starts transacting on Eko as a platform. So first, for say, if somebody comes and get onboarded on Combo 1, which is basically the combination of all the APIs that we are currently offering, we are charging an activation fee of around 15,000 plus GST from the person who is taking these APIs from us. And if that lead is being sourced through you, we will give 5,000 rupees an incentive again to the reseller once the partner is onboarded and they start transacting on the platform. So for every combo, there is a different activation fee. So what we have done, we have bucketized all the APIs in different segments depending on the need of the customer who is coming and procuring these APIs. Basis on that, we will charge some activation fee wherein we will give some percentage of that activation fee to our developer community.
Is that all?
So this has multiple APIs. Ajay, if you can please scroll down. Yeah, so there are multiple APIs. Every API has a different activation cost. Basis on that, we will be sharing the incentive. This will be shared with all the resellers. Post this call, we will share an emailer with everyone with this incentive structure. Any questions from anyone, our developer community, people, those who are logged in? Any question?
Okay.
No.
Is that all or?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. ओके ऑसम। तो ये था इंसेंटिव्स के बारे में। सो आई होप आपको पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल गया होगा। तो अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप कॉल कर सकते हो इस नंबर पे, चैट में ये शेयर कर दिया गया है। ओके ऑसम। तो हमने सारी चीज़ें कवर कर ली इस सेशन में। हमने बताया बीबीपीएस क्या है, आपको क्यों बीबीपीएस एपीआई यूज़ करके हमारा अपना बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बनाना चाहिए, क्या फ़ायदे हैं, और कैसे आप अर्न कर सकते हो इसके थ्रू, और साथ में आपको कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट करना है, कैसे एको एपीआईज को इंटीग्रेट करना है ये सिस्टम बनाने के लिए, और एक अनाउंसमेंट रिलेटेड टू जो रेफरल इंसेंटिव हम दे रहे हैं विच इज़ न्यू एंड टाइम बाउंड, तो आप उसको इस्तेमाल करें। और ये वीडियो जैसे कि यूट्यूब पे जा रही है, और शायद आप अगर यूट्यूब पे देख रहे हो और चाहते हो कि अपने दोस्त के साथ में शेयर करना कि वो भी सीखें कि कैसे एको एपीआई यूज़ करके आप अपना बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बना सकते हो, तो आप इस वीडियो को शेयर कर सकते हो। ओके, तो इतना ही था इस मीटिंग के लिए। थैंक्स अ लॉट एवरीवन फॉर ज्वाइनिंग दिस। मैं बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ खास करके इस एपीआई को लेके, जिससे कि हम बिल पेमेंट सिस्टम बना सकते हैं और कैश में लोग पे कर सकते हैं, ना केवल इसलिए कि इससे मैं अर्न कर सकता हूँ, ऑफ कोर्स मैं अर्न कर सकता हूँ एंड कैन मेक अ डिसेंट मनी विद दिस, लेकिन एक जो दूसरा पार्ट जो मैंने पहले बोला था कि इट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इम्पैक्टफुल। जो लोग 19 करोड़ लोग जिन लोगों के पास में बैंक अकाउंट नहीं है, जिन लोगों के पास इंटरनेट नहीं है, ऐसे 55 करोड़ लोग जो लोग को बेसिक पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता है, ऐसे लोगों के लिए ये बहुत ही काम की चीज़ है। वो इसके बिना चीज़ें कर ही नहीं सकते हैं। इसके अलावा हम डे टू डे लाइफ में भी देखते हैं कि इवन कुछ लोग जिन लोगों को पता है कि कैसे करती हैं चीज़ें मोबाइल से पेमेंट या फिर बैंकिंग सर्विसेज यूज़ करते हैं, दे आर नॉट दे डोंट लाइक दैट, उतना वो इक्विप नहीं है। जैसे कि मेरे डैड की ही बात करें तो ही लाइक्स टू पे इन कैश। तो ये एक बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी तो है ही, साथ में एक इम्पैक्ट वाली चीज़ भी है कि आप एक इम्पैक्ट ला सकते हो ऐसी सोसाइटी पे जो और किसी तरीके से पे नहीं कर सकती है। और सो दिस ब्रिंग्स इंक्लूजन टू आवर सोसाइटी एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड अबाउट दिस. I'm going to get started on building with Eko APIs, and so should you. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining, and I'll log off now. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thanks again.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Abhishek.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, Pradeep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pradeep. Bye.
Bye bye.